What is going on, everybody? PHXGaming here. Thank you for stopping by. And today we are going to go over some very big, huge leaked information regarding the next 3 seasons of the Division 2, along with where the story is headed, and a special possible treat. And I say possible because it is a work in progress regarding this leak, but a very special treat. So just hang out until the end. And I just wanted to let you guys know that, take this with a grain of salt. It is information that has been leaked that is in the title update PTS notes through data mine. So a lot of credit is going to be where credit's due for the individuals who found this information. And I will link the Reddit link down in the page below if you want to go see it for yourself. And it's very beefy, very meaty, so definitely credit is due where it is. I also spoke to Yannick privately, asked him about this, and wanted to confirm before I actually made this video if it was okay to put this information out there. And long story short, it is out there. It is to the public. Unfortunately, it sucks because the whole point of this game is to be surprised by what's coming. So if this is your disclaimer, this is going to be very spoiler intensive, very spoiler heavy. So if you don't want to know anything about what's coming up in the next couple seasons, then I highly suggest you stop the video now and you return to do what you were doing. But if you really want to know what to look forward to and what the possible outcomes are with the seasons lining up, then definitely hang around and we'll get started. So the first things first regarding Season 2, and this is actually on the main screen. If you have PTS, you go into the patch notes area and you go to Seasons. It clearly states that Season 2 is Keener's Legacy is now live. A new seasonal manhunt, new leagues, global events, and new unique rewards, as well as an apparel event, make up the seasonal activities for the upcoming 12 weeks. So the new name of Season 2 is or could be Keener's Legacy. And now we're going to get right into the actual information of what is supposed to be going on with Season 2 and why it's named the way it is. So this was just posted 9 hours ago on Reddit. I'm not going to say the Redditor's name just because of YouTube policy. But so let's just get started on what this Redditor found. Warning, major spoiler alert, future of the seasonal manhunt and Division 2 story. So he goes on to say, I'm back with more story leaks. Before we get started, this thread will contain major spoilers for the next 3 seasons. For some reason, they put Season 2, 3, and 4's briefing and manhunt mission audios in PTS files. I managed to listen to all of them and have to say the next 3 seasonal manhunts are really interesting. The writing direction take an unexpected route. Without further ado, let's jump into the spoilers. But if you still want to wait until they finally reveal it in the future and experience them for yourselves, leave the thread now before it's too late. So this thread is actually completely redacted. As soon as you go in, you're going to see nothing but black blocks. So again, last major disclaimer, if you don't want to know what's about to happen with Season 2, 3, and 4, definitely stop now and go back to doing what you're doing. But for everyone else, let's get started. Seasonal Manhunt General Info. So let's start with the Manhunt targets. For Season 2, the season name is called Keener's Legacy. Found in PTS patch note in-game, you can find it in the character selection menu. And guess who's the best rogue candidate to inherit Keener's Legacy? Let me give you a hint. He's one of the TD1's popular loot sources for a lot of Agent when launch. Take a guess before continue or not. It's Hornet. Yes, the one we thought we killed at Russian consulate after he extracted Vitality. It details of how he got resurrected and what his plan will be at Season 2 info. Now for Season 3, the target this time is our longtime nemesis since Division 2, Mr. Brandon Schaefer. BTSU's leader in Black Tusk's top dog, as how Kelso puts it. To be honest, I really don't want to have a showdown with him and kill him. He seems to be redeemable, but it has been written. Brandon will be gone once and for all. The original BTSU we know is almost gone, but one, Jack Boney, and in Season 3, someone special around the franchise will finally reveal some of its veil to us, with a little Clancy taste twist to the story. And finally, Season 4, of course, the targets are familiar faces, so here she is, Miss Fei Lao, joins the club. But Season 4 story and Fei Lao will bring more twists. Now let's get into the details. All right, Season 2 info. You can say it's lazy writing, massive lack of creativity, but man, they decided to bring back someone we thought we killed back in the first game. Hornet is Keener's best bud. When he was back in the army, indeed, they had a really good relationship. Keener actually cared for him, not like those later yahoos, so-called warlords of New York, or just his worker bees. When we got Hornet's watch and retrieved medical data, we left his presumably dead body at the consulate. That's where Keener kicked in. He sent a rogue agent, one of Season 2 sub-target called Termite, ex-field surgeon, to retrieve Hornet. At that time, Hornet's heart actually stopped, but somehow Keener and Termite revived him before he's really dead. Guess our TD1 agents failed to get a headshot on him. That ought to kill him. After that, Hornet and Keener probably were just keeping a low profile until Warlords of New York. When we responded to NY's call and arrived to help local civvies and agents, Keener sent Hornet to DC to recruit outcasts for future operations to ensure the legacy can go on. I really think Keener and Hornet are at least having a platonic relationship. When Keener says he's probably going to die, Hornet says he'll carry on his legacy. And then Keener corrects him, it's their legacy. During Warlords of New York and Jupiter's manhunt, Horny rallied 4 other rogue agents to prepare for strike. Termite is one of them. Another one worth mentioning is called Huntsman. He's a former Shade recruiter. He's the one who cleared Keener for agent. All 5 of them are equipped with Keener's Eclipse virus. I'd expect some more from the sub-targets this time. For Hornet, he holds up at Tidal Basin with Outcast. He uses Black Tusk leftovers and Eclipse to defend against us. The final showdown will be on the hovercraft, as how Roosevelt Manhunt played out. Manhunt versions are just a new theme, but the mission general layout is still the same, just like Invaded missions. He modified his trap skill to have healing ability, therefore he will grant us the Repair Trap as Season 2 new skill. To be honest, I don't know what the hell this thing can even help us in the slightest, but I guess we'll see. But during the mission itself, it does help us a bit in some areas. Hornet unleashes his Eclipse virus to stop us in our tracks. Kelso manages to activate it and deactivate a Warhound, probably a Grenadier Warhound, and load it with Repair Trap to sanitize the area so we can proceed. Some people's dream of fighting by Warhound's side finally come true. Anyway, in Season 2, we'll put an end to Keener and his loyal followers, for now I guess, and Hornet will stay dead, this time for good. So next up, we've got Season 3 info. I really like Brandon as a character. He's not like his ruthless colleagues. He doesn't want collateral damage during their operations. Overall, he doesn't look as bad as his colleagues. But here we are. Black Tusk got pushed back too hard and began desperate. Brandon is on recruit drive for rogue agents. He doesn't like rogues, but he has to work for them. His actions are starting to expose him to the division, and we finally have a lead on him. After eliminating his 4 recruited rogue agents, he called Fei Lao for a meeting at Coney Island Amusement Park. Fei Lao has a plan, but he wants to know what she is up to. Now the story gets interesting. A familiar face appears at the park. The hunter is here. Yes, the masked psycho killer. At first we assume he's here for Brandon for unknown reasons, since during one of the sub-targets hunt, this particular hunter showed up as well. He's played with us and the Rikers at the park. We intercepted a couple comms, heard some Rikers got brutally murdered, and creep laughs. Hunter won't talk at all. In this mission, all he does is make sounds. Even when he got hurt, he'll just grunt. And when we almost reach the end, Brandon talks to the hunter, tell him enough game, finish the agent, then Hunter acknowledges the order, then proceed to the hunter boss fight. Then Brandon dispatched 2 nude BTSU operatives to deal with us, probably 2 named bosses as well. After they got killed by us, Brandon finally fights us face to face, and we all know what's the end of this. Brandon dies, and at least he got a soldier's death. After eliminating him, we will receive a new skill. It's called the Shrapnel Trap. To my guess, this is the explosive trap we saw in the skill menu. By the way, in PTS, explosive trap is gone, now replaced with repair trap. Hunter's appearance in the main story does have a role, not just a special guest. More of that will be explained in Season 4. As for Season 3, during the Manhunt mission, it introduces a new character called Natalia Sokolova. She sounds like another Brandon superior other than that unknown Black Tusk CEO. Brandon seems to know her very well since they are on first-name basis. Presumably after eliminating the hunter, Natalia asks him how's the hunter doing, and Brandon says negative on the hunter. This implies Hunter is not only working with Brandon, but Hunter may also have Black Tusk background as well. A funny thing worth mentioning here is when we fight Brandon, he will say this: what the hell is your malfunction? Why can't you just die, you goddamn bullet sponge? Gotta say it, Brandon, you'll probably be more of a bullet sponge than us. So now we are on to Season 4. Finally, here's Fei Lao. This season will bring even more twists and new story holes to fill. Let's get started with Fei. She's planning on getting a target, and she's resurfaced to execute her plan, so we'll be able to hunt her down. There are 2 sub-targets worth mentioning. One is Alicia Coswald, the one who led Fei Lao to Brandon Schaefer. Another one, Felix Sokolova. From the looks of his name and the mentioning of his family business led him to the division. We can assume his family is the founder of one of the brand in-game Sokolov concern, And remember Natalia Sokolova? You guessed, she's Felix's big sister. Let's get to the family business first. The following info is speculation with audios he found. The Sokolov family moved from Russia to America. They either started the company or moved their company to U.S. Felix enlisted in the U.S. military, while his sister Natalia stayed and grew up in Russia. Sometime later, the father died, and Natalia flew to the U.S. to attend the funeral and inherited the company. I guess it's because Felix was still serving. Around that time, Natalia also established the Black Tusk, presumably with other investors, because we know there's a male CEO who runs the company right now. This is very interesting. Now the story is slowly moving to conspiracy side. Gotta say, this tastes more like Clancy's work. The good old Russians are the culprit behind the shade. Maybe hunters are low-key winter soldiers trained by Sokolov family. Just his speculation. Now let's get to Faye. She's meeting with President Ellis at Camp White Oak. Seriously, Ellis? You still dare to return to this place? Kelso says we do not have green light on Ellis. No matter what, he's still the President of the United States. We cannot kill him. But we are sure as hell can take out Faye for good. Now here's twisty part begin. Ellis and Faye meet at the cabin. Should be the house with the big wood frame glass door. We are cracking Black Tusk defenses and crashing the party. A Black Tusk officer called Wilson, acting as President Guard, left Faye for the duty and head out to stop us. And the fun begins from here. Faye Lau kills President Andrew Ellis. Yes, she kills the current POTUS before us. As she radios the remaining Black Tusk soldiers in Camp White Oak, claims we killed the president. She framed the division for killing the president, and she's fleeing from the scene. We caught up to her at the main cabin where the helipad is located. She's trying to flee, but the helicopter has some electrical issues needed to be fixed. From the mission audios, I'm assuming we need to stop the helicopter from spinning up the blades by keep causing the electrical issue. But I cannot find any Isaac audio saying target deceased. Isaac says that for Brandon, Hornet, and all the sub-targets. For Faye Lau, and there's no new skill acquired from Faye Lau. I don't know if this is just they didn't make the new skill yet, or Faye somehow successfully flees from us. Anyway, Season 4 indeed takes a different path, and I'm eager to see what will be Season 5 and so on. So yeah, definitely. All in all, Seasons 2, 3, and 4 are highly intensive with information. And again, a lot of this is a work in progress, and that needs to be stated in this video per Yannick, who, again, I did speak to regarding all this information. But yeah, I mean, if the information regarding Seasons 2, 3, and 4 are indeed correct or somewhere along on the linear path, then we are in for some very big special treats regarding the storyline, the skills, just everything involved with how this whole story of the division is going to be playing out. I, for one, am taking it with a grain of salt. Would I like to see a lot of this happen? Yeah, of course I would, because it would make the story that much better. It would make everything, like any loose ends, tie up, and it would definitely keep the progress of the division ongoing. So definitely, yeah. But again, this is a leak. This was in the info. This was in the PTS notes. A lot of people have found it. A lot of people have data mined the PTS. But again, this is a work in progress. So a lot of it is speculation. A lot of it is subject to change, because ultimately we don't really know what is going to happen when it does come time for Seasons 3 and 4 to be released. Again, Season 2 does say Keener's legacy. I kind of believe that with what was brought to our attention regarding the Season 2 info is possible. Again, things could possibly change, but we're just going to have to wait and see. So now for the special treat. Inside the Datamine PTS notes, inside the Datamine PTS files, there was a few audio files that this Redditor found, or actually another Redditor found, regarding, I guess you could label it as Underground 2.0. So let's go over what that says. So Underground 2.0. Redditor Chris Mate mentioned about Underground. Thanks to him, this reminds me of a set of interesting audio from Kelso I dug up. Kelso tells us there's a skyscraper needs to be secured. We need to get in there and secure floor by floor. There's several safe floors in the building. We can leave the building when we are on that floor, and Kelso will be able to drop us back to that floor wherever we want to continue. But from one point on, there will be no safe floor for us to save and load. For example, the skyscraper mode will have to ascend 100 floors. For every 10 floors, there will be a safe floor for us to take a break, go back to the open world to do something else, and we can load back to this floor to continue our journey. If we failed, we could either return from this checkpoint or maybe need to start over. And after like the 80th floor, there will be no checkpoints for us. It's straight to the top. Tell me how you think about this new mode. There was a guy on the Reddit suggested the exact same thing for Skyscraper and NYC to safe zones. Maybe they indeed listed the community after all. But hey, if Underground 2.0 is here, Survival 2.0 won't be far. So again, this has been very informationally intensive, heavy. I mean, I really do hope that this is the path that Massive is taking with this game, because I just know that if they did implement the Skyscraper Challenge, if they did implement all the information in seasons 3 and 4, then there could be definitely a huge comeback with this game. But again, this is all a work in progress build. This is all kind of up in the air right now. We don't really know what's going to happen. We have a lot coming to us in the next couple months with season 2. Again, I can see season 2 happening. It sounds very possible, especially with how the story was laid out before season 1 ended and with all the audio file logs that we did receive in Warlords of New York when it first released. But again, take it with a grain of salt. It is definitely a work in progress, but I really hope that they do go this route or somewhere linear along this route, just like it would, to make a huge comeback. But again, guys, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think. What would you like to see from seasons 2, 3, and 4? Underground 2.0, do you believe that it could be a skyscraper that, every 10 floors you could stop, and then at the 80th floor you go right onto the top? Let me know. Leave your comments down below. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. I think it's a lot of good information. It is a lot of speculation, but take it with a grain of salt. And again, for all my returning subscribers, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please share this video, get it out there. Really want to hear what people have to think. For anyone who found this channel, please drop a like if you like this video. Drop a dislike if you didn't like it. And definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. For all my new subscribers that just recently subscribed to this channel, again, thank you so much. Again, I always say this, that you guys help make this channel because you guys like, dislike, and subscribe to this channel to help it get noticed. So again, I thank you for taking the time and appreciate it so much. And I will catch you around next time. Take care.
Server detected. Find it, and if possible, create an uplink. We need to know what's on that server. Error detected. System malfunctioning. Got my target. Just like before. You made it. System reactivated. Got him. This one. Taking heavy fire. Server terminal detected. Perfect. Isaac should be able to link to the server through that terminal. Accessing server. Establishing uplink. Hang on. I think I've got something here. A huge encrypted file. Whatever happens, make sure to maintain the uplink. Corridor. Right there! Getting heavy contact here! Wasted it! Here comes the hammer! Lost one of ours here! Hold up a sec! Stay low! Get around him! The area looks secure. No more contacts. Well done. We're still working on decrypting that file. Hope we get some intel we can use.